Hey, this is JohnWE from Command and Conquer Files. Latest video here is me versus Ghorkov from Planet Command and Conquer. He challenged me in instant messenger saying basically, I think I've gotten good enough to beat you now. So I went ahead and decided to play him. He chose Japan, I chose random. I always pick random. Unless I'm trying to make a video for you guys to see all the different sides.
Building.
So as the Soviets, I use a little bit different strategy.
Engineering. Yes, Commander.
As Japan, it's really hard to defend your tech-oiled derrick at the very beginning unless you build a bunch of infantry. Because I've got bears that can get over to your barracks, or dojo as the case may be, real quick.
Building.
So, like all Command and Conquer games, there's no substitute for good scouting. So I notice he's sending that refinery up there at the very start. Which means he's not going to have many units to attack me with. So I decide to go for an interesting strategy.
Oil derrick captured.
I get a super power plant up real quick. And build a bunch of infantry. 10 flak troopers, 5 conscripts. Here comes my requisite, isn't the water pretty comment? Nope, I'm not going to do it, I promise. So I captured both of the derricks, because it seemed like a fair enough idea to me. Might as well be getting quite some money. So then I put in an airfield. And he's going to place in a defense, so he can kill my bear, because if he builds something, the second it steps out, the bear goes ahead and gives it a high five. Except the bear's hand is very spiky, clawed, and kills the infantry in one hit.
Conscript training finished. Conscript training finished. Conscript training finished.
So I go and build 4 twin blades. Then I decide, since I'm building 4 of them, they can each carry 5 infantry, so I'll build 5 Tesla troopers to go along with them. Seems reasonable. Now over here, his defense is almost done, so I go ahead and get out of the way. Defenses are good, except for the fact that they can't move around. So I put my bear in the back of his base. Now I go up there to check because it's a smart idea to put a burst drone up there, because you can't see up cliffs.
Looking for clearing.
So if you can't see up cliffs, you can hide the burst drone up there in the start and see the whole enemy base without him knowing that you're scouting him. So I take a look over here. I saw him move one of his refineries to the water post. And now I could build a Sputnik and take it over there, or I could go ahead and move my MCV. I'm not worried about Terra drones. He doesn't really have any units, so I go ahead and do it the cheap way. Now he builds 2 soldiers, and they are good enough to take my bear out. It is a sad day. I think his name was Gentle Ben or something.
Enemy units detected.
So here comes his engineer. There's a high five. Now, I don't usually buy powers as the Soviets right off the bat, just because
Charging up.
We've got the
you
big
don't
gun.
know what you're going to be going against, and whatever you're going to be facing will determine which powers you should choose.
Moving in. Let's take over
In this
the
case, I'm not facing much of anything, so load up all the infantry into helicopters, drive them over to his base. Now he has
Enemy
one
units
base
detected.
defense,
Construction complete. New construction options.
which is
Construction complete. Building.
All systems operating.
theoretically could be a problem. It can attack air or land.
Enemy base.
Unfortunately, you've got to choose between which it attacks. So, go ahead and fly over my helicopters. He goes ahead and transforms it into air, so I move out of the way
Let's take over the area.
to where it can't hit me,
Clearing. Airspeed to maximum.
and
Enemy
then
engineer detected.
drop off some infantry.
Construction complete.
I was scared. I thought he was going to run me over there, but the shock troopers took it out so quickly. Doesn't really matter.
Systems operational. Target spotted. Checking connection.
Same with the cores. He could have used them to run my infantry over, or try.
Commencing shore. Airborne artillery.
A unit is under attack.
But in that case,
Unit lost.
blew up his construction yard and that. Now, Japan's build method is pretty cool. The only problem with it
Got the big gun. Electrodes landing.
is that if you have enemy units in your base, that you can't build anything. Because the core will come out and they can kill the core before you can do anything about it.
Extra crispy.
So as he was transforming his base defense back, it got killed real quick.
We've got the big gun.
And that's about the end of that.
Let's take over the
Kill
area.
his power plants, kill his refineries.
All systems operational.
I should have had my helicopters attack the stuff in the water first, just because
Building.
then they'd have
Got the
something
big gun.
to do,
Electrodes landing.
while my other force would also have something to do.
Congratulations.
But it's okay,
Systems operational.
A unit
because if
is
you do
under
remember, he does have 2 more refineries around here on the map. Again, I take a look at the powers menu and find nothing that would be useful to my cause at this moment.
Airborne artillery.
construction complete.
Transporting
New
sequence.
So I could take out his tech center, or whatever it's called on the Empire side. But I figure I'll take out the power plants first. And that'll be a little bit more effective.
We've got the big gun. Got them all now. Ready.
Enemy units detected.
All systems operational. Ready. Completing circuit. We've got the big gun. All systems operational. Let's take over the area. Airspeed to maximum.
So for this next event, I blow up the refinery in a couple seconds, and then he has one more refinery. Oh, and he has a docks there. Now I'm doomed.
Building.
So the reason why he lost this one is because he concentrated too much in the early game on building refineries. So if I would have left him alone for a couple of minutes, then he would have had an economy that I would not have been able to match. However, I chose to press my advantage. Now that's where the water looks good.
All systems operational.
New construction options.
Give them some pepper.